just a month away from the return of the WSL season, where Chelsea would, of course, be aiming to retain their title. Competition from Arsenal, Man City, Man United. And, of course, we've just seen the Lionesses win back-to-back European Championships over in Switzerland. Let's reflect on that incredible tournament and chat all things football with Chelsea and England defender Millie Bright. Millie, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good afternoon, Millie.
Hello. You okay?
Not bad at all, Millie. Thanks for coming on. Let's talk England first, Millie. Look, back-to-back tournaments for Sarina Wiegman. I think she's fantastic, by the way. I did love her on stage with Burna Boy as well, knowing every song. every song, word for word, was incredible. But in terms of what she's done on the pitch, that. Nor did I, by the way. When he came on stage and she saw him and started going word for word, I was like, what's going on here?
Same here, mate.
He always used to request his songs, like if we ever played anything different, she'd shout to the back, can we have Burna Boy on? She's a top fan.
Brilliant.
Incredible. But in terms of the tournament as a whole and the way England played, obviously, look, we were nervous because some games it was almost going through by the scrape of their teeth, and then and then would see sort of every time Agbonlahor came on and Chloe Kelly, the tempo would go up a little bit. Watching it at home, was you as nervous as we were?
I wouldn't say nervous, because I think being a player and having been in that environment, I know what the team is capable of, and having that grit and that desire, and you've got players like Lucy Bronze that'll do absolutely anything, and she will not come off that pitch anything else other than a winner. So I think knowing what the team is capable of and having played in that team as well, and even reflecting on the last Euros, we scraped through the first game 1-0 and everyone was panicking, and media was like, oh, it didn't go so well. I was like, we won 1-0, it was a clean sheet, strong start. So, yeah, I think always had the belief in the team. And listen, it's getting harder and harder to win. So, we never expected it to be a walk in the park. And, every nation has levelled up in that respect. So, but I think when you've got the right mentality, the right attitude, our subs were incredible. And it was a real team performance throughout the whole tournament. I think you've got every chance of winning.
Millie, you won the Euros with England back in 2022. I want to ask you, what was the feeling like when you finally won it? Because watching the game and seeing the images as well of the players celebrating, it just looked like they couldn't hide. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. I can't comment on that. I didn't win a Euros for my country, but just try and explain that feeling, please.
Oh, God, a rush of emotion. The last 10 minutes felt like 30 minutes in the game, and the whistle goes and you just flooded with relief. I think my first emotion was just relief that we'd finally won and we'd made it to the end. I think we were so calm throughout the whole tournament, and, internally we literally went game by game, day by day, and that final arrives and anything can happen. It's anyone's to take on the day. It's a one-off game, and like I said, that final whistle went and, I just broke down. I remember me and Leah were just in tears, and I think you just put so much hard work into it, so much sacrifice, and you see how hard your teammates work and what they have to go through. And, we dealt with a lot that tournament, I think, off the pitch. So to finally get it over the line was just incredible. And we also knew we were winning for more than ourselves. It was for our fans. It was for the country. It was to change women's sport and to build the next generation. So we really won for more than just ourselves.
Yeah, it definitely kick-started something, didn't it? And that something's now gone into several tournaments, and I think it's going to carry on into the World Cup as well and beyond. I laughed about Sarina Wiegman and Burna Boy there, just because we saw a different side of her personality, which we don't normally see. When she does her interview, she is quite stoic. What is she like behind the scenes, like in the dressing room and just sort of coming into the England camp? What has she been like?
She's really chilled, lovely person. I think when you're on the pitch, it's go time. You work hard, you're professional, you're there to do a job, but it's always with good intentions and smiles. And I think the biggest thing, being a Lioness, it's about enjoyment. It's always about enjoying yourselves, and that's when you get the best out of each other. But yeah, she's, I think we were always trying to give her some little bit of slang, English slang.
The good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff, all the good stuff. But yeah, she's someone that you can go to, like open conversation. And I think she's really together with the team and off the pitch. I think that's super important. And then, like you said, you've seen the girls are playing for her every single game, and it's a real connected environment. But yeah, she's, like you said, I think you got a real taste for her personality and seeing a different side to her, which I think even as players, you don't really get to see. I think you always see as, suited and booted and stern faces and serious, and wearing your heart on your sleeve for your team, but we all do have characters as well.
Millie, you obviously won the title last season with Chelsea.
What about 1,000 titles with Chelsea?
WSL last season. You start that defence next month against Manchester City on September the 5th. How are you feeling yourself? How's the team feeling? And I'm sure you're not looking forward to playing against an Arsenal side because Blackstenius, Alicia Russo, Agbonlahor, they've got some really frightening strikers, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I'm actually buzzing. I can't wait. I love a London derby. It's my favourite game of the season. It's the one game where I round my teammates up and I let the new players know what it means to play for Chelsea in that game. And, blood, sweat and tears goes into it and you don't come off anything else other than 3 points. And yeah, making sure that London is blue again. So I relish in those games. But
Lovely.
Yeah, we've got a really good opening game against City at the Bridge. So super excited for that. Pre-season is in full swing. Everyone's in good spirits. Obviously, people come back at different times with the Euros. Everyone getting rest at different periods. So that's the tricky part at the minute. But it's just making sure that everyone's got what they need after a tournament. It's a extremely demanding thing mentally and physically. So it's just making sure everyone comes back in the right place to defend our trophy again.
How is pre-season now? Because when I played, there was no boots for the first 10 days, just trainers and run. Do you get the balls out straight away first day?
Yeah, to be fair, we're straight on the ball. We're looking for that quality straight away, but we've definitely been put through our paces. I think this season and last season been very different for us. But it's nice. It's a new challenge. It's different. And I think change is always a good thing. And it was definitely needed for us. But, we're going to be in a good place at the start of the season. That is for sure. Good
luck, Millie. One thing we have seen with the growth of the game is opportunities off the pitch as well. And obviously a big opportunity for you. You've linked up with Mari. Is that the correct pronunciation? You've launched your own sports bra, not just sports bra, but T-shirts, caps as well. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I think obviously in the women's game, sports bras is a massive thing. And for me, I've always struggled. I've openly said that as well. And I think it's important to, as always in the women's game, to share your stories, share your struggles, because there's more than just yourself that experience it. And as a woman, it's extremely important that that's correct. It's a correct piece of equipment. It's just as important as your boots. And for me, the opportunity came to partner up with Mari, and I was blown away, to be honest. I've always been straight away. My agent was like, let's have a conversation. I was like, yeah, we all say it's the best bra. It's always supporting. I was kind of, by this point, I've been fooled for so many years that I was just over it. And just accepted it really, and then tried it, and I was blown away with the level of detail. And when Mari kind of spoke me through the bras and everything behind it and all the research that she'd done, and it was the best thing that I'd experienced, and I just knew that I needed to share it with everybody else. I knew so many other players that were experiencing what I was, and yeah, we then partnered up, and it's been a dream since. And now getting to release, today's the launch of my sports bra. I've obviously got the T-shirts as well, but they're more than just a bra. It's, everything that goes into it, my legacy, what I want to give back to the next generation. And yeah, it's kind of like my scars are on the bra as well, which I love. It's, every part of my journey from start to finish. Not finished yet.
I'm about to say steady.
But
yeah, about to say a couple more years at least. Come on.
Yeah, it's got like little things in there for the trophies. Obviously, the 8 WSL titles, 6 in a row. It's got things that mean a lot to me that represent me in the bra. And a lot of people, if they take it and wear it, and it gives them the same support, but also if it inspires them, then I feel like I'm making a difference.
Dream Big's on the back as well, isn't it? I've been told that Dream Big. Is that, again, a reflection of your story and where you've come from and where you are now?
Yeah, it's something that my mum said to me every single game since I've been little. That's the only thing she texts me on game day, Dream Big, and she has the same emojis. And religiously, we do it every single game day, no matter what. She's never missed one. And ever since I've been little, it's something that my family have always allowed me to have big dreams. There's been no dream too big. And I think it's important. I think, the sky's the limit. If you've got the right people around you, like I said, the right mentality, and you're going in the right direction and you apply yourself properly, then why can't you have dreams that big? So yeah, I've so far I'm smashing them, but still some big ones to come.
It's one of the big ones, the World Cup. Obviously, no part in this Euros, but surely you're looking at the World Cup in the US, where all the big ones are, aren't they? Surely you must be looking at that thinking, okay, that's the next big target.
I think first Champions League is the one thing missing out of my cabinet. I think having played for Chelsea for over a decade, I've been through the journey right at the start of the Champions League, where we got absolutely battered by Wolfsburg every single time. And, to be able to win it and lift it with this club would be probably the highlight of my career when I look back once I've retired. And yeah, like I said, doing the whole journey with them and seeing the progress of the club and where the women's team started and where we are now. And I've been a part of all that change, and nothing would make me prouder than to, lift that Champions League with my team and my club.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.